Courage to Teach by Parker J. Palmer. What sets an exceptional teacher apart? Is it their deep knowledge of the subject? A well-organized lesson plan? Or is there something more, something personal? In The Courage to Teach, Parker J. Palmer explores how great teaching isn't just about conveying information or perfecting techniques. It's about bringing your authentic self into the classroom. True connection with students happens when teachers embrace their own vulnerabilities, fostering trust and engagement. At its heart, teaching requires the courage to be fully present, even in moments of uncertainty. Educators often grapple with self-doubt, fear of failure, and the immense responsibility of shaping young minds. Rather than seeing these struggles as obstacles, Palmer encourages teachers to view them as opportunities, to build relationships, create meaningful experiences, and inspire students through authenticity. Ironically, striving for perfection can sometimes stand in the way of impactful teaching. This book delves into the emotional and personal dimensions of teaching, revealing how self-awareness and connection lead to deeper learning. Whether you're feeling burned out or seeking renewed inspiration, its insights can help you reconnect with your purpose and teach with integrity. Let's explore how leading from the heart can transform not just your classroom, but your entire approach to education.
Teaching and identity.
The personal shapes the professional. Who you are as a person inevitably influences how you teach, whether or not you realize it. Your personality, values, and experiences affect everything from how you interact with students to how you structure your lessons. Attempting to separate your personal self from your teaching self can diminish the authenticity that makes learning engaging and meaningful. Teaching is more than delivering knowledge. It's an act of human connection. When teachers bring their genuine enthusiasm and interests into the classroom, students respond. Consider a physics teacher who initially maintained a strict, authoritative presence, believing it was the key to effective teaching. When she finally allowed her excitement for the subject to shine through, her students became more engaged, captivated by the wonder of scientific discovery. Personal experiences can also serve as powerful teaching tools. A teacher passionate about gardening, for instance, incorporated it into her math lessons, using real-life applications to make abstract concepts more tangible. Such connections help students see learning as something alive and relevant. To integrate authenticity into your teaching, start small. Pay attention to moments when teaching feels effortless. These are often when you are most aligned with your true self. Then intentionally weave elements of your identity into your lessons, whether it's humor, curiosity, or personal stories. Students are more likely to engage when they sense their teacher is fully present and invested.
The emotional landscape of teaching. Teaching is inherently emotional. Every lesson involves a risk. Will students engage?
Will the material resonate? These uncertainties can be daunting, but acknowledging them can lead to a more open and supportive learning environment. Rather than hiding fears, embracing them can strengthen connections with students. A first-year math teacher, for example, initially believed he had to project absolute confidence, but when he admitted he needed to think about a difficult question, his students felt more comfortable tackling challenges themselves. Similarly, a music instructor learning a new instrument alongside her students created a space where mistakes were seen as stepping stones rather than failures. Overcoming fear in teaching doesn't require drastic changes. Small shifts can have a significant impact. If silence after asking a question feels uncomfortable, try reframing it as a moment of reflection rather than an awkward pause. Recognizing how your own anxieties shape the classroom experience can help you create an atmosphere where students feel safe to take intellectual risks. Teaching is not about eliminating fear, but learning to navigate it with openness and resilience. By modeling this approach, teachers empower students to embrace their own uncertainties with confidence.
Centering the subject in teaching. Imagine a classroom as a circle with the subject at its center.
In this model, the teacher is not merely an expert delivering knowledge, but a guide leading students in shared discovery. Traditional teaching often positions the teacher as the sole authority. However, when students are invited to engage directly with the material, learning becomes more dynamic. A literature teacher who shifted from lecturing to asking students what questions a novel raised for them found that discussions became richer with unexpected insights emerging. Similarly, in a science class, allowing students to explore and problem solve together turned experiments into collaborative investigations rather than just assignments to complete. To implement this approach, start by reflecting on what excites you about your subject. Sharing genuine curiosity can encourage students to develop their own interest. Instead of presenting information as fixed knowledge, pose open-ended questions that invite exploration. When students feel that their contributions matter, they take a more active role in their own learning. This method doesn't diminish the teacher's role, it redefines it. By shifting the focus from authority to inquiry, teachers create an environment where students don't just absorb knowledge, but discover it for themselves. Rethinking student engagement. When students seem disengaged, the instinctive reaction is often frustration. However, disengagement is rarely about a lack of ability or interest. It's often a response to the learning environment itself. Many students come alive outside the classroom, passionately discussing their interests. The challenge for educators is to bring that same energy into academic learning. A history teacher who noticed her students' enthusiasm for casual debates redesigned her lessons to include more discussion-based activities. The result? Students who once seemed indifferent became active participants. Simple adjustments can make a difference. A math teacher who struggled to reach a disengaged student found that incorporating short peer discussions helped the student ease into class participation. Similarly, rearranging a classroom to encourage collaboration rather than passive listening can foster a more engaging atmosphere. To better understand student engagement, observe how students interact naturally before class. What excites them? How do they share ideas? Finding ways to integrate these dynamics into lessons can transform passive learning into active exploration. The key to engagement isn't forcing attention, but creating an environment where curiosity thrives. Teachers who recognize and adapt to the needs of their students can cultivate a classroom that encourages active, meaningful learning. Sustaining passion and building community. Many teachers begin their careers with enthusiasm, only to find that the demands of the profession gradually wear them down. Maintaining the passion for teaching requires both self-care and community support. Personal renewal starts with reconnecting to what first inspired you. One teacher, feeling her enthusiasm for literature fading, rekindled her love for reading outside of work. This simple act reinvigorated her teaching and helped her students see literature as something to be enjoyed, not just studied. Another teacher found that reflecting daily on student progress helped him stay connected to the impact of his work, even on difficult days. Community also plays a crucial role in sustaining motivation. Teaching can feel isolating, but shared experiences can provide perspective and support. A group of teachers who started meeting informally over dinner found that discussing challenges together transformed feelings of frustration into collective problem solving. Another teacher invited colleagues to observe his lessons, leading to an open exchange of ideas that benefited everyone. Fostering a teaching community doesn't require formal programs. Small acts of collaboration can make a difference. Whether through peer observations or casual conversations, connecting with fellow educators can provide fresh insights and renewed energy. Ultimately, sustainable teaching requires nurturing both the inner self and external relationships. When teachers invest in their own well-being and build supportive networks, they create environments where both they and their students can thrive. Thank you for listening to this audiobook summary. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. Your support helps the channel grow, and I truly appreciate it.